What up, what up, what up? Football fans, New York Giant Nation, what is going on? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan, here with another edition of just afternoon New York Giants chat, man. I got you, Lou, too. Give me 1 minute, man. I got you right now, bro. Oh, man. So, yeah, it's Friday afternoon. Here you go. It's your boy, Mac Giants fan here. Just what I do on Friday afternoons now. Just talk a little New York Giant talk. But give me 1 second real quick. I'll try to get Lou the link so I can get him in here. We can talk that shit together. Just give me 1 quick minute. Damn, hold on. Where the hell? I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. What am I doing? All right, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Anyway, it's night before the preseason game, man. Once again, preseason game number 2 coming up, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about that too, like what I expect, what I'm looking to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me get this link out here to my homie real quick. There you go, link in the chat, bro. But yeah, preseason game number 2 coming up and this week, and I got some expectations that what I want to see, at least anyway. I don't know, and I want to see this first team. I want to see them play a couple, play at least a quarter, man. Give me at least a quarter of Russell Wilson running this offense, and let me just see about a good solid 15 minutes of what that looks like, so I can have a better idea of what to potentially expect. I know we're not gonna have Malik Neighbors out there tomorrow, obviously, but I'm pretty sure all the rest of the guys should be out there. Slayton, Wandale Robinson, and as well as Jalen Hyde. So what's going on, Lou? Thanks for popping in, man.
You know I'm gonna support every time I can.
Absolutely, this is my little thing I've been doing every Friday afternoon for the last few weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been peeping. This is the first time I've been able to call in. It wasn't swamped with work, so.
Yeah, so I was just talking about what I want to see tomorrow. I was trying to say I want to see the starters tomorrow for about at least a quarter, at least the first quarter. Give me a solid first quarter with Russell Wilson running the offense and just kind of see how it moves. You know what I mean? See what, like I said, what we can expect.
Just see if it's going to be force feed Malik Neighbors the ball or if we got something else.
Well, yeah, I mean, Malik Neighbors ain't going to be playing tomorrow anyway because he ain't been practicing at all this week.
Oh, that's right. He got a hurt toe. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see Malik Neighbors at all until September, till we play Washington. Honestly, we're not going to see him again.
Be honest with you, either. I'm not mad at that because if he's already got a hurt toe, let's get him healthy before we take the risk of injuring him again and losing him for half the season.
I mean, absolutely. There ain't no point in having him out there like right now before we need him out there. You know, we need him we already know. We know what Malik Neighbors is, straight up. We ain't nothing to see there. We already know what we got there. So I want to see Russ with these other guys, though. I like to see, I just want to see what we could. Yeah, I want to see. Well, he needs to work anyway, so he definitely need to see him. So I want to see what we need to expect with this first team offense. I feel like last week we just got the one drive, and I was okay with that because I was okay with Jaxson Dart getting that extra work in. But I'm just curious. Like I just really want to see because I feel like we're feeling pretty comfortable about what the defense is going to be, and I just want to know how this offense is going to truly function. Give me some kind of an idea. That's all. I just want to I feel like we get a solid quarter out of that. I'd be good with that.
Need to see what type of identity they're forming on the offensive side of the ball because, like you said. One series with Russell Wilson and the ones is not enough to give us a good, solid idea of what this offense is going to look like. But at the same time, I understand why they don't want to give away too much, right? Because Brian Dable's offense is kind of predictable as it is. So they don't want to put too much on film so that people have the drop on us when the season starts. but we got to get some cohesion and some chemistry with these guys. That O line is still suspect. We need them to step up and start building some chemistry so we can figure out who's going to be who on that line, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I agree. And speaking of the line, Evan Neal's been back to practice this week, so he's another guy that need to see needs some work. We need to see what it looks like on the field with him at the guard position. So I expect to see a big heavy dose of Evan Neal tomorrow. I mean, I like to see him play most of the game. To be quite frank, I think he needs to play most of the game.
You said at
First,
the
maybe
garbage
get
position?
yeah at the guard position. I said at guard.
Oh,
At
I
guard.
thought you said Evan Neal at the garbage
No,
position. I'm like, yeah, you hit it
no.
right on the head. He was-
Evan Neal, he has been garbage, yeah. But I mean, I want to see him get extensive work. I feel like he needs it. He's the type of guy I think could go damn near the distance, honestly, and can use that. Like I said, working with all units, get some first team reps in, but as well as see him with the second and third teamers and just let him work, man. Honestly, I think he needs it, and I think we need to see that tomorrow. So hopefully we get some of that stuff. I want to. I just want, like I said, I want to really, like I said, I want to. I'm more focused on this offense right now and seeing how it works because I feel fairly confident that this defensive unit is going to be just nasty. I feel like they gonna get after it. But I'm still just not sold on what they expect offensively with this football team the offensive line. Guys trying to really figure that out because I'm not so convinced Andrew Thomas is ready for week one at the way things seem to be going right now. I mean, I'm just not hearing enough about any kind of work that he's getting done unless Brian Dable is really, really, truly keeping it tight-lipped about it. I'm just not hearing enough to make me feel good that he's going to be ready week one against Washington.
It's still the foot issue with him, right?
Yeah, he's still recovering from that.
He came into the league with a foot issue. When we drafted him, he had a foot issue. So that's been a lingering thing. And he's had multiple injuries since then. So it's starting to feel like, as he passed his usefulness with us, is he a guy that's going to be injured every year and miss half the season? Because when he's not in the lineup, our offensive line falls apart, and your offensive line cannot rely on just solely your left tackle.
I mean, you're right. I agree, but I think this year is going to be the year that is telling. Only problem is I feel like if the same thing comes in this season and the same thing happens again and he's just out with injury again,
It's over.
I feel like not only is it over potentially for him, but I feel like he just loses value in general as far as trade value.
And then
right now, he still has I feel like he still has a pretty high trade value right now. If the Giants were just going to go and try to unload him and see what they can get, shopping him. But I just think if he has another year full of injuries where he can't finish the season, I think he loses all of that as well. I mean, so it's like a lose-lose for the Giants in a sense in that situation. But I'm just ready. I feel like I'm just ready to get prepared and expect him not to be playing week one against Washington. So I just feel like I want to see what this offensive line is truly made of as well, too, man. I want to figure it out, get the best five, and focus on those guys and get those guys ready, man. All the moving pieces and moving components right now. Now it's time to get down to the nitty gritty, man. It's time to fine tune everything and figure it out and know what you really do and know like who's going to be that left tackle to start. Is it going to be Hudson? It's been him thus far throughout training camp and whatever. But if he's going to be the guy, is there somebody else in mind? Whoever, you need to figure out those five guys pretty much and start getting them ready for Washington and getting that unit ready, prepared to be the guys up there, man, up front. And that's why I want to see. I want them to use this preseason game kind of like that dress rehearsal for the season in a sense. Jaxson Dart, I mean, he played a lot last week, but I want to see him get plenty of work again this week as well. I want to see him get, like I said, the first unit play the first quarter maybe, but let Jaxson Dart play the second quarter and then maybe come back out after halftime and play some of the third quarter at least too, if not all of the third quarter. I mean, get this kid that work. Let him get the work in, get that time in. Because I'm trying to just, like I said, we gotta get this offense clicking, man. We gotta make sure it's right, man, because it hasn't been right in some time, man. It's been god awful, been hard to look at, and we need to make sure this side of the ball can take care of their business, because I feel like last season sometimes defense it was times defense was playing pretty well, keeping us in football games, and the offense just will continue to go on the field and do absolutely
And
nothing.
cough the ball up or to go three
Yeah,
and out. Yep.
3 and outs is kind of 3 and outs, not doing shit. And it's just like now it's time to get that side of the ball right. And that's why I think we need to see some getting some work. Even though I know usually when they teams joint practice with other teams, they don't really play their players too much in the actual preseason game. But I think they got to be handled this one a little bit differently. And I think we need to treat this more like kind of like a dress rehearsal game seriously and get ready for Washington, man, because we need to figure out what we gonna have with this offense and what this offense is gonna be built like. And it'd be a good way to look at it and see this offense without Malik Neighbors. Now that I think about it, that's even another opportunity. See how this offense
Yeah.
can function without Malik Neighbors.
See who we can rely on in his absence. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's an important things to get a look at, man. And I feel like you can't do that with just one series of work or something like that. That's like you need to see them out there for, like I said, at least the first quarter.
I actually want to see what this tight end room looks like.
Yeah, that's another thing interesting coming down when it comes down to the cuts, man. We got some pretty decent
Like
talent in that
five
tight
tight
end room.
ends.
Yeah, it's not, and I feel like they're all capable and worthy potentially of a roster spot, but they can't all get one. I mean, that's just how it is. It is what it is. So we're going to end up cutting a couple of decent guys out of that room alone.
Yeah. What was the one we drafted one, right? Fidoni?
In the 7th round, Thomas Fidoni, yeah.
Fidoni, yeah. And then we still got Bellinger. And then the guy that we acquired last year.
Well, you got Theo Johnson.
Theo Johnson, yeah,
tight end one. I mean, I feel like him and Bellinger are pretty much. I feel like those two are
punch. Yeah,
I think those are the guaranteed two right there that are the guaranteed. But then are they keeping 3 or 4? I don't know how many tight ends. I mean,
we still got Mayor.
Myhurst, yeah, he's in the mix. Myhurst, the guy Greg Dulcich is in the mix.
Oh, I forgot about
Thomas
him.
Fidoni, Thomas Fidoni, yeah. I mean, he's got I mean, like I said, I feel like Bellinger and Theo Johnson right now are safe picks or safe locks for the roster. After that, it's like it gets to be dicey right now. Who's it going to be?
I'm kind of questionable on Bellinger because he was kind of like Daniel Jones' security blanket. Then he got hurt, and then they didn't utilize him no more. So it's like, was he just there because he had chemistry with Daniel Jones, or can he be used in another capacity with Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston or Jaxson Dart possibly? Or was he just a guy that helped Daniel Jones try to come along? You know what I mean?
Well, no, I feel like he was in the doghouse a little bit last year. Definitely was noticeably in the doghouse. It seemed like
missing blocks.
But he just, I don't really know what it was because to me, he's always been serviceable. When he's on the field, he's always been pretty productive to me, in my opinion. Because even last year after Theo Johnson got hurt, he stepped right back in, and it wasn't. He's not like an elite tight end. He's not going to be having those blow you away numbers. But at the end of the day, he was productive in our offense as far as what we were trying to get done, and he has pretty good, reliable hands, and he is effective in the run game with the blocking in the run game. So I just didn't understand why he seemed to get soured, why they soured on him so much a season ago. But I feel like this year he's been having a strong camp. Once again, so I just don't see how he doesn't make the roster. I just can't imagine how he doesn't make it. So but it's gonna be interesting. I mean, the running back room is another story. Like, exactly how many running backs are you keeping? Are you keeping the 3? Are you keeping the 4? What's going on, Coach Ed?
Coach.
Thanks for stopping in, man. Blessings as always to you too, man.
Peace and love, my brother, Coach Ed.
But yeah, it's like the running back room as well. I want to see how these guys start shaking out a little bit. I mean, Turbo Miller, everybody fell in love with Turbo Miller again last week after his performance in the game last week. But I want to see get Tyrone Tracy some more touches. See if he can be reliable carrying that football because he's been, You know, he had issue putting it on the ground. All these things we need to be able to see. I mean, it's unfortunate that we once again ain't going to be able to see Cam Scatterboo. Who knows if we'll get to see him at all throughout the preseason. Unfortunate. I really wanted to see this kid work, see him on the field, but I mean, it is what it is. He can't get out there with the bad hamstring. Hopefully, just hope he gets better. And then, so it's a lot to figure out here. Some people are talking about, if they only keep 3 running backs, is it going to, which 3 will it be? Obviously, Tyrone Tracy is running back RB1. Cam Scatterboo ain't going nowhere. So between Devin Singletary, Turbo Miller, that's a lot of questions right now. Like I said, it's offense, a lot more questions on the offensive side of the football, I think, than the defensive side of the football as we get closer to cut downs, man. And I feel like that's why we need to got to see this offense on tomorrow. We got to see it. We got to see it work, and we got to see who we keep and who we hanging on to. I don't know what your thoughts are about this. What you got? Any thoughts on it, bro?
Yeah, I'm definitely anxious to see who's going to stay, who's going to get gone. And just in terms of the tight ends, like you said, sad that we're not going to see Scatterbo, see how it goes. And that was one of my biggest questions that I wanted answered, because you let Saquon walk for nothing. You got nothing in return for him. He goes and he wins the Super Bowl with another team, our rival. And your answer is to draft Scatterbo. So I need to see if he's actually worth it. Because you let all-time great, in my opinion, who's going to go on to be an all-time great in the league, leave for nothing. And then you go draft Scatterbo. So Scatterbo better be phenomenal.
Absolutely. I just wanted to be able to see it. I feel fairly confident about what I think this kid can be. I don't think he's obviously not going to be Saquon Barkley by no means, but I just wish I could actually see him on the field. And it's on this injuries that happen. It's football. I know, I get it, but it's just that's such a bad things happen like this at a bad time. He had to miss last week, obviously, and this guy's going to miss this week too. Can we get this kid better? Can we see him at least next week? Hopefully, maybe, knock on wood. But
and considering that he's a rookie, he needs this playing time in the preseason, because the game speed is different from college to the pros. We all know that. So he's got to get acclimated to playing as many pro games as he can. So when we need him in the season, he's not behind. So that's kind of hindering him.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And yeah, coach, this is a good point. It is also a valid point. That after cut downs, picking up other players, we're picking an opportunity to pick up some other players that other teams had to cut and release. So it's
true.
So you're right. The initial numbers may not be the roster. You're right about that.
I'm always weary of that too, though, because if another team is cutting them, there's got to be something that they see, right? So it's like, do we really want to be picking up other people's scraps,
Well, sometimes you just have tough cuts. When you have rooms that are pretty stacked, some teams just I guess we were just talking about our tight end room. I feel like we're going to release at least maybe 1 or 2 potential guys from our tight end room right now that could very well get picked up by other teams.
Possibly go and ball somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, it just is. I feel like Turbo Miller, if the Giants feel like they don't want to put him on the initial roster and try to get him through waivers to the practice squad, I don't think it's going to work out this year. I think somebody's going to snatch that kid up, just if nothing else, bring me even a kick returner, you know what I mean? As a returner, I just don't see that kid clearing waivers.
I don't see why he didn't make the team. He should have been a full roster member last year. Hopefully he stepped up enough this year to where he makes the 53-man roster and we don't have to worry about him being on the practice squad.
Well, I think he's only going to make it if the Giants decide to keep 4 running backs. I don't see him making it otherwise. I don't think he's not. I think Tracy Scatterboo and Devin Singletary are locks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did you
Yeah,
hear
so I
anything
was
I
just
said?
no,
I said I agree
not
with you
just
100%. I think if they put him on the practice squad again, he's going to end up on another team. He won't clear waivers. Somebody will grab him.
I definitely feel that, especially like if he keeps performing like he did last week throughout the rest of the preseason. He'll. That's why I'm saying it. But I only see the Giants keeping him if they're keeping 4 running backs. I just don't see it otherwise. I'm just not sure, and I don't know if they're going to keep 4 running backs. What's going on, Stephen Bloom? Thanks for popping in, man.
Stephen
Like
Bloom.
Turbo, but it's a numbers game. We're going to lose talent this year. Yeah, that's what I mean. We were just talking about. It's going to be tough, man. Like this is the first time the Giants been in this position in a while, man. Since they have players that they're going to be releasing that other teams might actually want. So I'm really not. I'm just. It's just kind of. It's going to take some. You got to take some thinking, man. Figuring out how you're going to break this roster down when it comes down to cut time, man. Got to start putting some. That's why I'm putting so much importance in this preseason game. Like I said, you got to figure it out by the end of this game who you truly are serious about moving forward when you start to think when you start getting closer to the cut downs. You got to know after this game. You got to know. You got to figure it out. And I think that's why you got to take this preseason game and go out there and really do some heavy evaluating. So that's what I hope we see tomorrow, man. As far as the game goes, but we can talk a little bit about even what we saw last week, man. Last week's game, obviously we saw a lot of positive things, man, from the rookies in particular. Talk about those guys. Jaxson Dart, will start off with him big time. Like I wasn't on a Jaxson Dart hype train when we drafted him. I just wasn't.
Me neither.
I wasn't feeling the pick. I was I was in my bag a little bit. But watching this kid work, listening to him speak, and then watching him perform last week in his first NFL action. I mean, sure, I know it was preseason. I'm not getting crazy. I'm not acting like he's the next
Yeah, I wasn't happy
coming.
with the Jaxson Dart pick neither, but in all
Yeah.
fairness, if I cheered for Daniel Jones for 6 years, I can't turn around and be a hypocrite and not give Jaxson Dart a chance.
Well, no,
So
but also just not for nothing. It's just watching this kid. I already had more confidence in him than I had in Daniel Jones. Just listening to him speak, like just listening to him talk, I have more confidence in him than Daniel Jones. He just seems to have more confidence within himself. And just watching him perform last week in his first NFL action, to me, he showed me something. Man, he had more poise in the pocket than I saw from Daniel Jones in 6 years. He had that in one preseason game, one half of a preseason game. He demonstrated more poise and showed more poise in the pocket than I saw from Daniel Jones in 6 whole years. So, look, I'm not saying rush this kid in and throw him in there. I'm very good with moving on with Russell Wilson, and going forward with Russell Wilson for right now for the time being. But I'm starting to be a lot more excited about what we have in Jaxson Dart.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like you, I wasn't a fan of the draft pick, but like I said on your stream last week, it would be highly hypocritical of me to give Daniel Jones as many chances as I did and then turn around and not give Jaxson Dart the same type of chance. So, although I didn't want him to be the pick, he is a New York Giant. He wears that giant blue, and I'm going to get behind him, pause, and hope that he does well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Right now, that's what we got. That's all we can do right now. I mean, as a fan base, and like I said, I like what I see. A kid's grown. He has grown on me. I can say that he's genuinely. He's got me. I mean, I feel I'm in a good place. I'm in a better place than I have been in some time as a New York Giants fan. I'll put it that way. I'm in a
I
better
think
place.
I think we all are after putting up 34 points for the first time in God knows how long. When's the last time you seen the Giants put up 34 points, whether it's preseason or not? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, you take away that Colts game last year. I mean, it's
the
been
meaningless one that cost us the damn first overall pick. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
don't mean to curse on your stream, but
no,
man.
it doesn't. So it's all good here. But yeah. So I was excited for what I saw. I feel like the future is bright. But that's why I feel like let's bring this kid along. I'm not saying you got to. I want to see him this season on the field in meaningless games. I do at some point, but I'm not jumping on that. Oh, you know what? Just start Jaxson Dart right now from the door. Just no, I'm not. Just even based off of what our schedule is, the first 4 games. I just based off of that alone, like I'm not throwing this kid out there. Washington, Dallas on the road, then home opener against Kansas City in prime time, and then the Chargers the following week. Hell no. I ain't putting that. I would not ever wish that upon any rookie quarterback
You're
coming into
doing
the
him a
league.
huge disservice.
Are you kidding me? Like it's a legit chance the Giants could be 0-4 coming out of that stretch. You think I'm gonna throw that kid?
Jesus Christ.
You think I'm gonna throw that kid out there into that? No, I don't want to do. I would never want to do that. So, like I said, continue to bring him along the way they're bringing him along. He's picking up things. Like I said, he doesn't seem to make the same mistakes repetitively, and I appreciate that as well. Because his first couple of days of training camp were a little bit. They were a little rough, and then he progressively continued to just work on the things he had to work on, and just keep getting better. And that's what I like about the kid. And I'm gonna just go. I'm happy that he's a New York Giant now. I am. I'm good with the pick now at this point. It valid to me. He's validating the pick, the selection, in my opinion. He's been day in and day out watching this kid work. He's validating the selection of him to potentially be the future quarterback for the New York Giants.
And
But
listen, also the pressure isn't on him like it was on Daniel Jones, right? Jaxson Dart wasn't a 6th overall pick.
no, well, nah, not at all. But
So what you expected from Daniel Jones at 6th overall, he doesn't have that weight on his shoulders. Don't get me wrong, he has the weight on his shoulders of, being the guy that we drafted him to be, but he's not a 6th overall pick, which is what a lot of people were upset about when they skipped over who they skipped over to draft DJ. They like, dude, what the hell were y'all thinking? He's not a 6th overall pick. So we didn't make that mistake with Jaxson Dart, right? We got him what, 3rd round?
no, he's the 25th overall pick.
Oh yeah, he
He was
was
the
the
first
dude.
round.
That's right. We got Abdul first, and then Jaxson Dart. Yeah.
Yeah, they traded back into the first round to get him.
Yeah, because I was pissed off because I thought we was gonna go up and get Shador, and we didn't.
Well, that's kind of where I was at with it too that night. But like I said,
Because when the
I'm
Steelers
all
passed
good.
on him, I was like, "Oh, he's there for us. He's there for us." And then Jaxson Dart. I didn't. Man, that was a head shaker, head scratcher. But anyway,
Like I said, I'm all aboard the Jaxson Dart train now. Though, like I said, the kid's impressed me throughout camp, so I'm good. I'm now good with the pick. Like, to me, he has validated the selection to me,
and
and
a
I'm
part
good
of
with that.
that can be attributed to the 2 guys in that quarterback room with him. You've got 2 guys with great character, great personalities that don't mind imparting whatever wisdom they can to a young quarterback. Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson are both team guys. You know what I mean? They're not egomaniacs. They're not going to sit here and not help the kid because they're worried about him taking their spot. No, they're going
Well,
to train him up.
yeah, and they have done a tremendous job of that. And all the things I'm reading, not even just them two, Tommy DeVito as well. I can't even leave him out of that. Tommy DeVito and Jaxson Dart are they're really really tight. That's actually who he's the closest with out of all the quarterbacks. He said is Tommy DeVito. He's the closest with as far as off the field and just kind of picking up things and learning things. So I think credit the whole entire quarterback room helping bring Jaxson Dart along. Man, it's been clearly can see the results. I mean, you saw how it looked on last Saturday, and he's still been solid in practice throughout the joint practices this week with the Jets. He's been solid. So I mean, like I said, the kid to me, he's just his work ethic and what he's done how he's worked. He's validated the selection to me. Like I said, where I wasn't really feeling it, obviously initially, I'm definitely good with it now. So, but as far as in that game as well, so like I said, talking about these rookies in this game, I'll definitely hope to see more than 6 snaps from Abdul Carter. I know, granted, they were very impactful snaps, but I want to see a little bit more as well. I want to see I want to see him deal with a little bit of adversity. What you got here, Stephen Bloom? Says, part of me hopes we cut DeVito soon, though, because he should get a chance somewhere. He won't make the practice squad. Yeah, I don't necessarily see him doing that either, because there's some teams in serious quarterback trouble. So I think it will be harder. It'll be pretty difficult to slip Tommy DeVito through waivers, I think, as well, man. I mean, I know people make jokes in these times, but at the same time, this guy has won football games in the National Football League.
Yes, he has.
It wasn't. It wasn't
with one of the worst offensive lines in the league at the time, too.
Absolutely. I mean, he wasn't too promised. Wasn't too great last year when he got on the field, but his rookie season, he put some pretty decent tape out. I mean, a couple of those games, that Green Bay game, his rookie season on Monday Night Football, that's his signature W right there. I mean, that was a big time performance by Tommy DeVito in that game against a good Green Bay Packers team on Monday Night Football, man. So, and he's been working this offseason as well. So I feel like it'll be tough to slip him through waivers, but at the same time, there's nowhere to keep him four quarterbacks either. So, and Tommy DeVito is going to be the odd man out. I mean, that's just what it is. It's not even a if that's the case. He's going to be the odd man out most likely, unless they do some other kind of maneuvering, like trade maybe a Jameis Winston or something like that. I don't see any other way Tommy DeVito is going to make it onto this roster this season. But nor do I don't think he'll necessarily be able to be retained on the practice squad either. I do agree that somebody will grab him up, man. I mean, you look at even a team like Tennessee Titans down there, man. You know, they got Cam Ward there in place, but they need some more depth behind him as well. I'm not even sure who their backups are, but that's a team that comes right to mind right away. New Orleans is a mess. Their quarterback room is I mean, their quarterback room is almost looking as bad as the Giants quarterback room was a year ago. So another team to keep in mind there when we talk about no squads that could snatch a guy like Tommy DeVito up potentially. But just gonna talk about Abdul Carter a little bit more. Like I said, just what he did on those three pass rushing snaps was it's sure. I know people were saying he didn't get the sack, whatever. I get it, but at the end of the day, the pressure was on, and obviously, it would only be a matter of time before he does get home. And that kid, he clearly has an ability. Deion Dawkins is one of the absolute best offensive tackles in football, and he put that dude on skates, man.
With the kind of pressure he was getting just in 3 series, and you got to account for him. You got to account for Dexter Lawrence. I want to see what Darius Alexander brings to this defensive front. You still got Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, when he's at his best, is going to acquire some attention, and even Elijah Chapman. So you got some guys on there that are going to demand some respect on that defensive front. So it's only a matter of time before Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, or Darius Alexander, or Kayvon Thibodeau, one of them guys is going to get to you. Sometimes maybe 2 of them. You know what I mean? And people are going to have to start game planning for this defensive front. And I'm excited about that, because if our defense plays lights out, then our offense just have to be decent. Because if we can prevent you from scoring, it don't matter if we only score 16 points. A win is a win.
I mean, absolutely. That's what it is. That's definitely facts. I mean, it's not, you don't get style points, man, in the standings. It's all about the W or the L, and it don't matter how you get it. You know what I mean? I still want to see this offense do a little something more than what we've been watching the last couple of years. But like you said, ultimately, it's all about the W, no matter how it comes, no matter if the scores is 3-0, it doesn't matter. The W is the W. But yeah, Abdul Carter, this dude everybody that might have questioned if he was the real deal or thought about it. No, I think this dude proves that he's the real deal. I mean, just think about it. You're sitting at number 3 in the draft, and you literally end up picking up probably the best prospect in the draft in Abdul Carter. I know some are maybe saying Travis Hunter, but I don't know. I think Abdul Carter probably, to me, was the best overall prospect in the draft period. You know what I mean? So I feel like the New York Giants, I think they got one here, man. I'm not still not going to put the Michael Parsons and all this title on him. You got to make a name for himself. But yeah, I think I'm feeling good about this pick here. I'm feeling very, very good about Abdul Carter.
Hell yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Darius Alexander a little bit. He played a lot on Saturday. He really did, and he made, let's face it, absolutely no impact. Didn't even really know he was out there, to be honest, man. Really didn't even know he was out there on the field. It was, but at the end of the day, man, I'm still kind of a believer in this guy. The physical tools, just how strong this kid is. But what was disappointing me watching him on Saturday, because I was keeping my eye pretty close on him pretty closely, man. It was just watching him get off the football, man. Very, very slow off the ball, man. Like it was like a snail like slow, man. And I need to see more explosiveness, off that football, man. And I want to see him do some of the things that he was doing, like in college, and what made him stand out at the Senior Bowl, so much, because what I saw on Saturday was a little disappointing. But at the end of the day, I get it. He missed most of it. He didn't really get any work in the springtime with dealing with some kind of injury that he was dealing with. So maybe he's just it's just a little slow development, and who knows, man. But
And
and
his first
hopefully,
NFL game too. He probably had some jitters, some nerves, under big lights, first time. And sometimes not every rookie is going to get it their first game. Some won't even get it their first season. But that's why we have that second year leap, right? Where guys, are subpar their first season, their rookie season, and then the next season they come back and they look like a completely different player. And you're like, where was this guy last year? But you're
yeah,
just glad that he's on the roster. So
that's
hopefully,
what I
he can.
mean. Yeah, that's what I was saying. My fault, I mean, but I was just saying that's what I'm with it, because you got some people already trying to call him a bust and all this craziness. Like he ain't even played a real game yet. He ain't even got all the way through training camp and shit yet. Like, come on, pump the
Yeah,
brakes
well,
a little bit. He is
welcome
a
to the
rookie.
Giants, Mr. Darius Alexander, where the fan base is as bipolar as it gets.
But let's say what's going on. The Gibbs on top. Thanks for stopping in, man. If you haven't already, make sure you go and like and subscribe to your boy Mac, the Giants fan. My lady is a Detroit Lions fan as well. So you got that in common with my lady, man. But anyway, yeah. So people need to get crazy with that Darius Alexander bust stuff. Give the kid a little more time. And I was shout out to two giant goofballs. They had me on their stream last night, chopping it up with them for a little while, man. And
True.
they brought something to my attention, man. They like they said, Dexter Alexander, Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, he didn't get off to like an amazing fast start to his career either. Like took him a
Nope.
couple of years
Sure didn't.
before he became Dexter Lawrence. You know what I mean? It took him a
Yeah.
couple of years to get there. So let's chill out a little bit. Give Darius Alexander a little bit of a chance. Like I said, he
And
didn't impress me at all on Saturday, but maybe this week will be different. We don't know. We'll get to see him work again this week, and maybe it'll be different.
and Dexter Lawrence had guys like Dalvin Tomlinson and BJ Hill to help him come along too. You know? So
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
then later on Snacks Harrison as well. So he had a few guys that he was able to pick their brain and learn some things from and grow with. So hopefully Dexter can do the same thing for Darius Alexander and even Elijah Chapman.
Yeah, what's going on? No Mets, no Nets, no Jets, my guy. Welcome to the chat, bro. Steven, I guess agreeing with me. I appreciate that. Said people were calling Dex a bust, a waste of a draft pick. Yes, they were. People were saying all that. People were
Yep.
saying we should. Well, yeah, why we even draft him? You know what I mean? Like all
Some
that
people
crazy
were
talking
saying to
now.
trade him.
And now look, that's the best, arguably the best D tackle in football right
In the
now. I think
league.
I think
Absolutely.
he is the
I
best D
believe he
tackle in
is as
football.
well. I
Some
believe he
people
is as
still
well.
giving some people still giving the nod to home, but my man out in Kansas City though, and got
I
Jalen
will
got Jalen Carter, and Jalen Carter out also putting the work in Philly as well. But
I
at the
will
end of the day,
argue with anybody on that hill. I
but
will die on
but
that hill. Dexter
I'm with
Lawrence
you,
is the
Lou.
best. defensive
with
tackle
you.
in the NFL right now.
Whenever we take Dex out the game, what do teams do? Run the ball right
Yup.
there where
And we
Dex
can't stop
was.
it. Yup.
That's what they do.
They're like, oh, he needs a Gatorade? Run it up the middle.
They hated the Dex pick as much as DJ picked this year. The Baker pick got more love. Word. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah. That was crazy, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I know me.
Everybody loved that DeAndre Baker. Everybody loved that DeAndre Baker pick. And look at that. And
he got arrested in the offseason, didn't he?
I don't know if he got arrested again or not.
He was a robbery. He got arrested for a robbery.
He was that dude was a
right
mess.
After we drafted him. That was crazy.
Yeah, word. Absolutely. He is the best. That's how I feel like he's the best. But need to get him healthy and back on the field as well, man, because he won't be playing tomorrow either, doesn't look like. But we also, once again, like I said about Malik Neighbors earlier, you know damn well what Dexter Lawrence is. He don't need preseason. He's one of those guys that don't need preseason. We need Dexter Lawrence in September.
Healthy. Yeah, we need him healthy, and we need to see what we got in some of these guys that we've acquired. Let's see if we can get them some game time, get them to improve during the game, and see what we got at certain positions, because cuts are coming soon, and we need to know what we have. So I understand it. You want to keep a guy like Dexter healthy. You don't want to get him injured, God forbid, in preseason and then not have him for the season when you need him. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. They said he robbed Mets in the chat saying he robbed the card game.
Yeah.
Wow. I probably just forgot about it because it was DeAndre Baker, and for me, he was so insignificant that it wasn't worth me remember anything about the guy.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm just saying. I mean, I felt that way because he was insignificant. He came in, he talked a lot of shit, like he was gonna be this new, like the new Deion Sanders, new all-world cornerback in the league, something the league never seen before, and he was butt cheeks. He was fucking terrible.
So like Johnny Manziel did? Yeah, I know exactly
what you mean. He left me with nothing to remember. You know what I mean? I had no reason to keep him in my memory.
Other than the armed robbery allegation?
Anyone you guys don't want to see cut?
Oh, man.
That's a good question, though, Mets, man. I don't want to see Turbo Miller cut.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I also would like to see what Jalen Hyatt is going to do. We've seen a few clips of Russell Wilson connecting with him on some deep balls. I'd like to see if him and Russell Wilson have built some chemistry and see if they can get out there and do something. So that we know that when Malik Neighbors goes out for a Gatorade or something, they can't just double up on our wide receivers and lock us down. We need to have another guy that can create space and get the ball.
Yeah. That's anybody else? Let me think of anybody else I can think of.
And while I like Wandell, I still think he's a little bit undersized for the guys that we play in the NFC East, man.
Well, I'm kind of excited. I want to see Wandell Robinson with more competent quarterback. I want to see all of these receivers with more competent quarterback play. I'm excited for the receivers on this team because we look at the guys on our team. I was talking about this with Drew and them last night too. Drew and Rob last night. This is Darius Slayton, he is literally the longest tenured New York Giant. Darius Slayton, the new 2019 draft pick, is right now currently, if I'm not mistaken, the longest tenured New York Giant on this team right now. He don't know nothing but bad quarterback play. He has not experienced good quarterback play in his career at all.
Poor guy.
Not even a little bit.
And he still defended Daniel Jones. Did you see that interview about 3 weeks ago?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, and that's just to say the kind of guy he is. I mean, Daniel Jones, Daniel Jones is a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, great teammate. You know, I'm sure. He just couldn't play. It's not anything about his personal character. He just couldn't play. I'm sure he's a great guy. Go bowl a few games or whatever. Play some cornhole, whatever. You know what I mean? Sure, great dude. But he couldn't play. You know what I mean?
Great guy. He just can't play.
I mean, it just is what it is. What's going on, dealer? But
that is hilarious.
As far as anybody else, I mean, I'm not necessarily super. I mean, Turbo Miller is the big guy jumped off the page at me with that question. I mean, in my perfect world, I wish we could find a way to keep like a guy like Thomas Fedoni as well. I mean, I kind of like that guy. Just something about him I like, but at the same time,
He
I
plays
just don't.
physical. He
I don't
plays
necessarily.
physical.
I like
Something
he
we
got the
haven't
big
seen
strong
in a while.
hands, the big body. I feel like he could give some value in the red zone,
Yeah.
but
He can be Kevin Bosches a little bit. Like he can body you
I
out,
mean,
box you
yeah, I
out
mean
and get physical and go up for the ball.
he doesn't really seem to have much in the speed department. But hey, he come up with two big knee surgeries like that. How could he? And you know what I mean. So I just don't. I'm not so sure. I mean, I don't think he's going to make the team. I think at best he'll be on the practice squad. But he's a guy that I kind of wish it was the way we would have a way to be able to retain him, or at least keep him on the active roster. But I don't necessarily see that happening.
Do you think that we'll be using any fullback positions this season?
I've heard some things. I have heard some things of even taking a guy like that they've been talking about, like maybe doing some work, taking a guy Daniel Bellinger and giving him some like fullback like work. I don't not necessarily like just like lead blocking and leaking out the backfield, on some routes. I've heard some things. I don't know how accurate it is, how true it is, but as
Well,
far as
that's
like a
why
regular
I asked because
traditional,
I've heard some of them things as well. That's why I'm asking. Do you think it's a possibility that we these are the people who's trying to like a fullback that we play? Or maybe
yeah,
a
but I don't
backup
know how.
to Turbo Miller as the tight end playing the halfback position for him. I mean, the fullback position for him so they can run behind.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, man, but that's just what I've been hearing. Uh, Montreal Washington, that's the guy right there. It's gonna be he's one of those interesting names, man. Got him from got him off season from Kansas City's Montreal Washington. This guy he's making some plays all through camp, man. He really has, and he made a couple plays last week in the game as well. He'll be another guy that be it's interesting to see when they get down to those cuts. He could be that last receiver they retain, man. It's possible, but it's going to come down to it's all a numbers game at this point, man. It's going to be a numbers game. It's going to be about seeing who else they do keep. You got to figure, obviously Malik Neighbors, Wandell Robinson, Darius Slayton, and most likely Jalen Hyatt. You know what I mean? That's already four right there. Figure they're only keeping maybe two more, and the fact that Amir Smith Marset is probably more likely to be the return man. He's a wide receiver technically as well, so that will be five. So you're looking at the rest of those guys, man. All those other young guys and other receivers in camp right now, pretty much probably battling out, most likely for just one more spot. So, all right, bro. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. All right, I'll be in touch, man. I'll holler, man. Make sure y'all go sub up to my guy, Big Lou, man, too, at G Nation Inside Sports, man. But yeah, Slayton had solid numbers with bad quarterback play. He did. He did. I mean, he really did overall. He's been pretty consistently the same guy, you know what I mean, for his tenure with the Giants thus far. It's been pretty solid, pretty solid numbers throughout. I don't have, he is what he is. He's not a top number one guy on any roster. He's not a number one receiver or anything like that, but he's been consistently pretty solid. And he can definitely be a pretty reliable number two, I think, on most rosters, honestly. It's funny that you go back to even his rookie season where Daniel Jones probably played his best football, honestly, with the New York Giants, his rookie year. I feel like if you go back in that season, look at Darius Slayton's probably best game that season was a game that Eli Manning started against the Eagles. I think it was a Thursday night game or something like that. And Darius Slayton and Eli, man, had a connection in that game, man. Just lighting the Eagles up all through the first, well, mostly in the first half of that football game, as the Giants would end up collapsing in the second half and losing that, taking the L in that game, which I pretty much chalked up to very, very bad coaching from Pat Shermer, man. The second half game plan was absolutely terrible in that game. The way Eli came out lighting them up in the first half of that football game, we could have just kept doing what we were doing, kept the foot on the gas, and we just squandered that one. But that is in the past. But yeah, Darius Slayton, man, poor guy. I feel like poor guy for him. I mean, Wandale Robinson, you can say the same about, man. Just all he knows is bad quarterback play. He hasn't experienced good quarterback play. I'd rather keep Thomas Fedoni over Turbo Miller. What's up, Mac and Lou? That's an interesting one, man. I mean, that's interesting. Because I would like I said, my perfect world would keep them both. I would like to keep both of those guys, obviously. But I just think right now, given what the tight end room kind of already is, and the running backs, I think Turbo Miller, he could give you a little bit more right now than Thomas Fedoni, just because I feel like he could give you some. He could not only give you value on offense, but he could also Turbo Miller can help out in the special teams, man. Like say Marset goes down or something like that, you got a guy like Turbo Miller you could plug in back there as a return man as well. So I just think right now he gives Turbo probably gives a little bit more value in my opinion, but I love Thomas Fedoni. Like I said, I would love in my perfect world to be able to keep him on the roster in some kind of way, man. But I'm just not sure if it's going to happen. Wide receiver depth is interesting because really like Dale and Slayton, like Wandale and Slayton, I don't know if I'd feel more confident with Gabe Davis over Hyatt at this point, but neither give special teams help. That's true. That is absolutely true, man. And that's what it comes down to when you look at the back end of those wide receivers. They're gonna have to have guys that can go out there and do some things on special teams and contribute in that way, because that's really much the only time that's going to be the main way that they'll be contributing to this roster anyway when you're that low on the depth chart. So DJ probably does not belong in the league. Well, yeah, if he needs to come out and show me something more than what he showed last week in his Colts debut, man, because it wasn't very good. It just really wasn't. Yeah, it was terrible. Can you see them keeping Fedoni over Manhurts? Because I got the same boss vibes. Lou, yeah. I mean, that right there, I think one of the big things that keeps Manhurts on this line and on this team right now is because what he can do, obviously, in the run game, his blocking ability as far as is very valuable. He's like an extra offensive lineman out there. But yeah, he doesn't really bring too much as far as in the passing game wise. And it's just, I kind of wouldn't, I'd kind of be for that. I think I could work with that. I can feel you on that one, man. I wouldn't be mad if they kept like Fedoni over Chris Manhurts, however you pronounce his name. I mean, I agree. Like I said, I like what he brings to the table. I do. You don't have to necessarily sell me on Fedoni, Deola. You don't got to sell me on the guy. I like the guy a lot. I really do. I'm a fan. I like when I just watching him last week. Like I said, that 2-point conversion, the way he just boxed that guy out, went up there with his big strong hands and corralled that football. Then he made a nice catch down the field as well. He made another nice catch when he kind of reached out, kind of juggling catch, circus catch a little bit. I like Fedoni. I just don't know. I don't know. I can't get inside the minds of the coaches, of the staff, so I don't really know what we're really going to expect. This question is to the both of you. It's only one of me now, but I got you, bro. Dio doesn't seem overrated. He looks stiff and he looks stiff and slow. Gets tackled too easily by much smaller D-backs. I don't know. I just don't know if we've seen enough from him, because I feel like he was beginning to come on last year, man. And yeah, I heard he's been coming on a little bit they was coming on a little bit last season, and the injury obviously derailed that. I just think we need to get out there and kind of see. I want to, because I think he has all the physical tools as well, athletically. You know what I mean? I think working against his defense can only make you better. So I just think I'm just he's a guy that I think right now I'm gonna pump the brakes on a little bit until I can really get a more of a sample size of what he really brings to the table. What's going on, Ghost Dog? Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go sub up to my guy, Ghost Dog, man. Go sub up to Ghost Dog and support him, man. And help grow his channel over there, man. Doing great work over there. New York Giant, bringing that New York Giant content. Said I've heard they use Chapman a bit at fullback. Yeah, I've heard that as well. Heard he's been doing a little bit of that work too. So they're obviously not. They don't have obviously a traditional fullback on the roster, and that's not going to. They're not necessarily keeping an actual fullback, but in those packages and things like that, special packages and things there, I've heard they've been working Chapman in, and like I said, what I was hearing some things about Bellinger doing some fullback work as well. So we will see. I went to training camp. Bellinger was working there. Some and Chapman been at fullback in some situations. All right, just confirming that. Thank you, Stephen Bloom. Appreciate you, man. Let's see, we got some bullshit up in here. What is all of this nonsense? Thank you, No Mets. Getting rid of that nonsense. Well, I mean, we didn't really get to see a lot of Theo against Buffalo either, though, in his defense. So hopefully, we get to see a lot more on Saturday against the Jets. Thanks, Steven. Thank you for popping in. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. And you have a great rest of your day, my brother. But yeah, real quick, just before I get ready to cut loose in a little while myself. But yeah, as far as Marcus Mbo, another rookie that really, really impressed me on Saturday. Look, I'm not even on that. So before anybody even starts thinking I'm saying that, or I'm going to say that, don't rush his development either. Let it just continue to develop. I think he still is a little light in the ass. He needs to get a little stronger, and so he can be a little more physical, especially in the run game, run blocking. But this kid jumped, on both sides. Appreciate that, Lou. But this kid jumped in on both sides, man, of the ball, man, and on left and right tackle on Saturday, and he performed, man. He performed really, really well, man. Great footwork. Like the complete opposite of what Evan Neal was at that tackle position. I mean, with the footwork, this guy has great feet, and he just does a great job, man. I'm not, man. I work on Saturday, bro, so I'm not going to be able to do that. Nah, not at all, man. Plus, I get a little too emotionally invested in the games, man. So I kind of chill out from the live when I'm watching the games live, man. I might mess around and break my computer or something, man. Sometimes I can't control myself. But anyway, like I was saying about Marcus Mbo, man, this guy, I think the best thing for him is to continue to bring him along the way they're bringing him along. Like I said, develop him slowly, and let him just continue to get better, because maybe we may have found another answer at tackle, man. If Andrew Thomas ends up not working out with all these injuries, with his injury history, who knows, man? Maybe we got a guy we can plug in at left tackle for the future going forward too, and Marcus Mbo, man. I like what I see out of this young man. If we're going to be a 5th-round pick and already showing that kind of value on this roster, it's impressive, man. It's impressive work, man. I know he was one of those guys that people weren't too sure about in the draft. I mean, mostly played a lot of guard in college, but yeah, he's stepping in really well, and I'm really proud of what this kid is and what he can possibly become, man. Yeah, absolutely. Just let him develop, man. Let him develop. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. He brings a lot of value, man. He can get in there and play center, play the guards. He can play all 5 positions on the line. So he has experience at all 5 positions. So that's just great value for a guy. But right now he's working at tackle, and I kind of rather let him just keep working at tackle right now if that's what the Giants envision him being on this team, because continue to work the way he's working. He has potential franchise offensive tackle potential, man. And I don't think it's too crazy to say that. But what was going to say? But one more rookie, only other rookie that I really noticed other than the as far as the guys that were drafted anyway, uh, was Thomas Fidone. Obviously, we were speaking about as we've been talking about earlier. And like I said, I wish in a perfect world the way to keep him on this roster. And who knows? I don't know what the coaches are thinking. I don't know what I get inside their mind, but I don't think he moves very. I don't think he really moves too well, if I'm being honest. But I still think he brings with his size and in his hands. I feel like he just has he brings red zone value. And the New York Giants red zone offense, as we know, history and over the last couple of years has been terrible. And I feel like he's a guy that does bring that value down there. Just watching him on that 2-point conversion, like I said earlier, just that to me. Just watching him go up and high point that football and catching the ball with his hands, big, like I said, big strong hands, man. He brings there's a value to that, man. And I just with him being only a 7th-round draft pick though, and it just doesn't make it. It's uphill battle for him, unfortunately. And with his injury history, obviously, it's uphill battle for a guy like Fidone, man. But I wish him the best of luck, and I hope he does somehow find his way onto this roster. I really do. But that's about all I got this week, man. Like I said, I'll be trying to tune in tomorrow while I'm working at work and shit, trying to tune in and catch this game tomorrow. And I really, like I said at the top of the show, I really want to see this offense get some work. And I'm talking about the first team offense. No, not none of this one drive stuff. I want to see Russ work for about a quarter at least, minimum about a quarter with the first team offense. Like I said, treat this game somewhat like a dress rehearsal and let's get ready. I don't want to see Abdul Carter for more than 6 snaps. Injuries are a part of this game, and that happens. You don't want to wish that on anybody and hope it doesn't happen. But we got to get these guys getting some work in. They got to get some work, man. So yeah, definitely let this offense work for about a quarter and just see the first tune. And obviously, and also not for nothing, like I said, let's see how his offense can function without Malik Neighbors, because at any point in time in the season, Neighbors can go down and be out, and we need to know, can this offense function without our top star? Got to know. And just like you said, we got to know what we have in Russ, man. We got to know what we exactly have in Russ. And the only way we're going to know that is to see him out there. At this point where he's at in his career, he's not one of those guys that just say, oh, you don't need the preseason reps, Russ. You're good. No, he's not. He needs the preseason reps. He's with a new team, a lot of new people, players he never played with. Let's go. Get Russ them reps, man. Exactly, because you might have to go to Dart sooner than you anticipate. You need to know all of these things, man. Great point, no Mets, man. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to roll up out of here, man. Another Friday afternoon chat with your boy. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to myself, Mac the Giants fan, man. Subscribe to my guy Lou, man, as well at G Nation Inside Sports popping in on here earlier with me, man. I appreciate the love. And make sure y'all go and share the stream out, man. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. And just keep subscribing. Don't take nothing to hit that button, man. Just help the channel grow, man. I'm out here working hard, man. Out here, it's football season. We about to be back at it, man. Back at it, man. Each and every week on Wednesday, you got the Real Deal NFC East Roundup. You're going to have this show each and every Friday afternoon. You're going to have, after every New York Giants game, you're going to have the True Blue Aftermath coming up when the season gets underway, man. You got premium takes on Friday nights with me, Adam, and Zion, man. Let's help the channel grow, man. Just help support the movement, man. That's all. I appreciate y'all, man. I love the support, man. No mess, no nest, no jet. You know you are my guy. Always, bro. I definitely appreciate the love and support you show, man. Each and every one of my streams, man. So I definitely appreciate you, my bro. If Dart looks better with the 2s than Russ looks with the 1s minus Neighbors, might got to go to Dart early. Hey, things to consider, man. These are all things to consider, man. But I'll be back with y'all again next Friday at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, man. And I'll see y'all later on tonight on the Premium Takes podcast, 8:30 p.m. with myself and Adam Costas and Zion Zenith, man. Make sure I sub to the Hardcore Sports Network as well. Go show them some love over there at Hardcore Sports Network. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment and let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at MacDaGiantsFan. That's MacDa Giants Fan.